evening. A few songs on the theme of place memories, or memories of different places, mostly in the north of England. Going to start with a song about heading north to where we used to live in Ryder. This is a song I can't escape from. You probably know it if you know my stuff. About Route 66 and the Trans-Siberian motorway. You know the way it feels when you're broke beneath your wheels and you're heading up a broad highway. May I please inform you, you don't need California or anywhere else USA, or even to be back in the USSR. I'm doing it the English way, cause I'm feeling great about the A68. A1M at Berkeley Interchange. Gotta see my baby tonight. So I put my foot down to that roundabout with the Bishop Auckland Road on the right. I haven't got a Cadillac, I haven't got a Chevrolet, haven't even got a Buick. I've got a 15-year-old Nissan Sunny. Doesn't really go that quick, but I won't be late. But on the A68, rolling down the hill into West Auckland, is my hunger beginning to tell? It's a choice between a pub and a workingman's club and a manor house hotel. But I'm gonna be strong, driving straight on, heading on up to Toft Hill. Past the sign that points to Escomsaction Church, I find that tempting, still I won't hesitate. Not on the A68. Downhill, uphill again, passing Whittley Weir on the right, till a sign I saw said, "Welcome to Town Law." At last I had found the brighter lights. There were folk on every street, moving on their feet. I knew I simply had to stop. The scene of the action, the centre of attraction, it was Young's Fish and Chip Shop. That's where I ate. Out on the A68. Again, I find my temperature is rising and my engine running short of water. Stopped to fill my radiator up by a signpost. It said, sampling, 3.25. Then I heard a sound of music, heard a sound of singing, people really having a ball. It was the Rowley Baptist Chapel annual Harvest Festival. Yes, they celebrate. Out on the A68. It's tremendously great. Chicago for the blues. There's a whole music scene you may not know. If you take a turn right at Castleside Bank, go Johnny, go, go, go. There's a town of around 15,000 folks. Everyone has got the right, the young and the old, the shy and the bold, to be live in concert tonight, but sad to relate, that's on the A692. Across the Derwent into Northumberland, running low now on gasoline. I fill up with unleaded so the kiddies won't be dead by my fumes, you know. I'm glad to be green. Past Walsh Walls and Snob's Edge and Kilnbeck Hill, my engine starts to sputter and cut off. Then hit a parade, downhill all the way. I can freewheel right into Broomhoff. I'm so exhilarated by the A68. If you're living in Hexham, want to go to Wrexham without going round by Carlisle, if you find your relaxation in avoiding conurbations, here's a way to travel in style. If your nerves are feeling jaded, your enthusiasm's faded, you feel like you're losing your grip, take my advice if you want to feel nice. I'm just recommending a trip you'll have to take, and that's the A6. That's the A6. That's the A68. Right, that's got us up to Riding Mill, very near Hexham. This is a song written a couple of years after we moved to Hexham. There was quite a hoo-ha at the time about Egger, the plant in Hexham, making formaldehyde, which is an unpleasant chemical. And apparently nowhere else in Europe was a factory allowed to produce this dangerous stuff. A factory situated anywhere near a centre of population, but with Hexham, yes. Anyway, so this is a protest song really about the environment, but it's called Formaldehyde. Lead in my petrol, though I find it shocking, though it poisons children, stops my engine knocking. Sodium lauryl sulfate in my toothpaste just stops my teeth from going to waste. Monosodium glutamate in margarine, well, it keeps it spreading like a dream. I'm quite used to all of these and what they do, but it's not normal to have formaldehyde inside your inside. To the doctor you will go and he'll say you've got a dose of something extremely bad, no doubt. Will it make you panic if I tell you this organic compound serves to preserve medical specimens? Read it, you can be one, but not from the inside out. Radiation hanging in the air, am I glowing green? Do I really care? E6 colouring in my food just stops my health from getting too rude. Steroids in my meat, do I have the choice? I can sing this song in a nice high voice. I can cope with these, but you can only go so far. 'Cause it's not normal to have formaldehyde inside your inside. To the doctors you will go and he'll say you've got a dose of something extremely bad, no doubt. Will it make you panic if I tell you this organic compound serves to preserve medical specimens? Read it, you can be one, pickled from the inside out. Using an aerosol spray never rankles till the ozone layers down around my ankles. Sewage in the sea, will the message get across? I'm sitting on the beach on a dead seal, eating candy floss, insecticides and herbicides and acid rain. Oh, the ecosystem's going down the drain. I'm a tolerant man, but there's one thing I can't take. 'Cause it's not normal to have formaldehyde inside your inside. To the doctors you will go and he'll say you've got a dose of something extremely bad, no doubt. Will it make you panic if I tell you this organic compound serves to preserve medical specimens? Read it, you can be one, pickled from the inside out. Right, we'll go a bit further north now. We'll go, in fact, a long way north to the island of Orkney. We had a holiday there quite a few years ago, and there's some stone circles, some very nice prehistoric antiquities, and went up there in the evening to take some pictures, Megan and I, and there were some other visitors there, and we thought nothing of it until we got to the middle of a stone circle, and there was a girl lying down on a big stone in the middle, wearing a yellow pakkarak, and she said, "Good evening," she said. Then I looked around, and the other members of the other visitors were all standing with their arms upraised where there were stones missing in the circle. And I thought, oh dear, we've stumbled in on a ritual. So I quietly exited, trying to keep a straight face. And I went and wrote this song, there and then in the caravan. But somebody said it was a very, very cynical song. And I don't like cynicism. I believe in religious freedom. People can celebrate wherever they want. One thing does worry a bit is at total reinterpretation of the past. And I guess these folk thought they were doing what one originally did in the stone circle, and really we've got no idea what they did in the stone circles. And people who just rewrite history for themselves, it's a bit dubious. So anyway, Power of the Stones. Now when she is shaking, though her lips may move, she doesn't make a sound, her mind is in a cosmic groove. Damien reads aloud from his book of Celtic myth. Eleanor is embracing a sandstone monolith. The seekers after Avalon have come from Birmingham, drawn 800 miles in their dear transit van. It's the power of the stones. Oh, the power of the stones. Feel it in your fingers, resonating in your bones. This is the hour of the power of the stones. This is the hour of the power of the stones. Letitia, she is wishing she was carrying less weight. Must be the only reason she has failed to levitate. Peregrine's regretting that he forgot the pack. His full druidic robes he has to make do with an anorak. Persephone is standing with both her arms upraised. Her eyes are going glazed. It's the power of the stones. Oh, the power of the stones. Feel it in your fingers, resonating in your bones. This is the hour of the power of the stones. This is the hour of the power of the stones. But me, I'm just a visitor. I only came to look. There's nothing about this written in my guidebook. Just what it is they're doing, I don't really want to know. I've read about the Neolithic, I'm not sure I want to go. It's the power of the stones. Oh, the power of the stones. Feel it in your fingers, resonating in your bones. This is the hour of the power of the stones. Stones. Well, the real old-time religion of the pick and mix kind demands the ritual sacrifice of the human mind. Old age, new age, nothing's changed. About history, you can have that rearranged. Fact or fiction, they're all the same because you've got an all-season ticket to the past pulsating in your bones. This is the hour of the power of the stones. This is the hour of the power of the stones. This is the hour of the power of the stones. This is the hour of the power of the stones. Right, this is a song also from Ireland, but coming back a bit further south. It's about a northeastern saint who you mightn't know very well, Saint Henry. There's a few facts here. Henry, it's recorded as he was a rich young Dane who fled to become a hermit on Coquet Island and died there in, I think it was about 1127. He'd fled an arranged marriage. He lived a very pious life. He had one miracle. He saw a cloud in the form of a monstrous woman following a ship and said that ship will sink. And it did. Medieval ships quite often sank, I think. And then when he died, local people on the mainland heard about his bell ringing and they rode across to the island. There he was, holding the bell rope, but dead. So that is Henry, and using those few facts, if indeed they are facts, because some scholars cast doubt on his historicity altogether, I wrote a song called The Last Temptation of St. Henry, a ballad of Coquet Island. Henry lies on his bed of stones, the bitter wind cuts to his bones. Whose are the crimes that you atone for here on Coquet Island? Does your penance pay for days gone by here in this place where shadows lie? Day and night the seabirds cry on lonely Coquet Island. Was it your forefathers' sin, your wild sea rover kith and kin, whose axe and sword brought fear within all Christian hearts? A feasting hall, your parents sighed, the promise of a comely bride. All of these you set aside when you set yourself apart. One night he rises from his sleep, alone the midnight vigil keeps. The candles flicker, shadows creep around him. Although no sound disturbs his ear, he feels a presence drawing near. In that moment, all his fears confound him. At the cell door a woman stands. She reaches out to take his hand, says, Henry, you must understand, I still wait. Once I would have been your wife, before you wasted all your life, passing your time here with the strife of nature. Oh, but tonight a gift is in my hand, the time itself I may command. Return with me to our own land, the years road fall away. And in her eyes a flame burned bold, he felt the warmth, he felt the cold. He was young, he was old, all the world did sway. He tried to speak but no words came, his very thoughts he could not frame. In that moment he became unequal to the test. Set before him such a choice, would he despair, would he rejoice? He tried but could not find a voice to answer her request. Oh, then with words then frozen on his tongue, he seized the bell rope, there it hung, with all his strength upon it swung, to summon Michael down. The Prince of Angels' name was cast by the bell founder in its brass. So its sudden clamour passed beyond this dark world's bound. A crash of thunder split the night. The little room it flamed with light. There within his very sight, the woman was unmade. All of beauty was effaced. A fell spirit took its place. Foul of form, foul of face, it fades. And so the tolling of the bell was heard across the salt sea swell. It brought the boats of those who dwell upon the mainland shore. To Henry, sitting calm and cold, the bell rope still within his hold, his suffering done, for now his soul had flowed. To heaven's door. St. Henry. And a little further north is another island with a rather more historical claim to saints, and that's Holy Island. Wonderful place, sort of in between two worlds, it's sometimes said to be, or they used to call places thin places where heaven and earth aren't very far apart. If you know Holy Island, near the castle there's some very distinctive fishermen's sheds made from old boats that have been dragged up from the sea and turned upside down. And this is after thinking about those abandoned boats and in some ways feeling a bit like a boat that's been beached and can't get back to the sea. It's called flood tide. Well, I came here alone to the edge of the land to walk the dry sand at the high water line, where a boat lies before me, empty and abandoned, just one more derelict the sea left behind. Did she ride with the tide, one distant spring morning, with the salt wind and seagulls cry, mocking the waves? Now her paint has long faded, her iron work is rusted, with the sand of the shore fast becoming her grave. Oh, flood tide, she's waiting for the flood tide, for the flood tide to flow and to lift her up high and to carry her far to the ocean again. Many times I have stood in the darkness, cold in the wind that drives in from the sea, straining my eyes to see moonlight reflected on the crests of those dark waves still so far from me. The many who would have been sailors, one of the many who long to be free. Now our hopes and our dreams just flotsam and jetsam on salt white and sand at the edge of the sea. flood tide to flow, and to lift me up high, and to carry me far to the ocean again. So sweep me out far, out on those dark waters, out to the wide rolling sea once again, where the healer of souls will still meet with sailors to take all their sorrows and carry their pain. Take all their sorrows and carry their pain. Flood tide. One more to finish with, a bit different, not quite so serious. We're coming further south now. It is about a church, quite a way south, in Nottingham. All I know about it is they had a faculty to remove the Victorian church furnishings, everything from the church, and to, I kid you not, install a bouncy castle. So this is a song simply called Bounce. Who needs tedious old liturgy, ancient hymn books dry and dirgy, snoring, boring, turgid clergy, sweep them all away. Spread the news throughout the nation, the only way to know salvation is intermittent levitation each and every day. In the aisles and in the nave, even song can't be arrayed. Wake the dead up from their graves, turn the amps up to 11. Take a chainsaw to those pews, saints, put on your dancing shoes, free your inner kangaroos in holy rolling heaven, and go bounce, bounce, bounce. It's the one thing we rely on, for it takes us straight to Zion when we bounce. 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 All the way to glory when we bounce. Find a brother or a sister who is seeking to resist the blessing, seize them by the wrist, wind them in a warm embrace. Though they cry out, it's outrageous, now's the time to be courageous. Show how joy can be contagious. Oh, go to the throne of grace and just bounce. 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 All to the lion, for it takes us straight to Zion when we bounce. 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 All the way to glory when we bounce. Cast away your inhibitions, dusty, crusty, dry traditions, 1662 editions, throw them in the fire. Squawking like a flock of seagulls, baying like a pack of beagles, mounting up on wings like eagles, that bit's in Isaiah. God has told us by announcing all the blessings brought by bouncing, gives the devil such a trouncing, he'll flee each time we shout. The only way of true devotion must entail incessant motion, uninhibited emotion, let it all hang out. We all go bounce. 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 One thing as straight as iron when we bounce. 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 We go all the way to glory when we bounce. Amen. Next week, some more. Hopefully see you then. Good night.